Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, and listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join in? Yeah. Steve Harvey, get them on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen. Steve Harvey, yeah, join in with me. Come with me, help me say. You gotta turn on, yeah, turn on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn on your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Turn them up, Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them up. Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on, do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. Tickling me this morning. Steve Harvey got a radio show. Filled with nothing but joy and hope about it, too. You know, it's a great thing to be able to wake up in the morning with peace in your heart and joy. Peace and joy is immeasurable. It has a value attached to it, and I have no idea what it is. It's invaluable. It is worth so much more than any amount of money you can make. Peace and joy. I have not always had that. I have not always been a peaceful person or a person who lived his life in a joyous spirit. It took an arrival at this moment. Some people arrive sooner than others. I wish I had arrived at this point sooner, but I think it was necessary for me to learn a few things too. That's the amazing thing I've learned about life, is that instead of reflecting on your past incidences and calling them failures, instead of focusing on the negative and calling them bad times, I look at them now as experiences. I had to have those experiences that were negative, that were good, positive, wrong, evil. I had to have all those experiences to shape who we are today. We all have to have them. If you look back at all the negative experiences you've had, all the things that you called failures, all the businesses I started that went under, all of the jobs I had that I was fired from, all the shows that were canceled, all of the times I thought I was going to get something happening my way and turned out I didn't get it at all. When you look at all of it, hopefully along the way, what you have done as a person is you've taken those negatives and those failures and you've used them for what they actually are. They are experiences. And they've now created in you an experienced person. And, that is worth something. Then it becomes a positive. But what too many people do is they let the negative things that have happened in their life, they allow the failures that have happened in their lives never to manifest themselves as experiences. And you sit up there and you dwell on it and you dwell on it until you have this woe is me attitude. Stop looking at it like that, y'all. You go through things in order to become the person that you are today. I tell you who you sometimes have to sit down and talk to. Sometimes you ought to sit down to an inmate that really gets it. An inmate that says, man, I've actually heard inmates say it to me and write to me. And they've said things like, man, coming to prison saved my life. Now, those of you who have never gone, how can he say a thing like that? But some men know, man, I was so far out there that if I'd have stayed out there, I wouldn't even be here today. This actually allowed me to stop, spend some time with myself, and learn some things about me. Now, does that happen for everybody like that? No. But here's a person who is taking an experience that could be considered a failure or a negative and turning it into a positive and using it to enrich their lives. You can do it no matter what your set of circumstances is. I recommend to everybody that you try changing your outlook in order to change your outcome. Everything that happens to you that's negative or you consider a failure, they're experiences. You've got to go through these things in order to have the knowledge that you have today. So I wish that I had come to this arrival that I'm in now, this place of peace and joy. But then guess what? I would not know what I know. I could not share some of the things that I'm able to share if I had not gone through some of them. And sometimes that's the purpose of them, is to teach you a lesson. Because, you know, God has a plan for you. He really, really does. And eventually he can use you no matter how old you are. And he can use you no matter how young you are. If you just say, okay, I'm ready to hear your plan. I've tried mine. Mine ain't worked out. What's your plan for me, God? What do you want me to do? That's why I say every day, Steve Harvey got a radio show, y'all. Because, man, I ain't see it coming. I didn't see that coming. I ain't see this book coming. I ain't seen half of the amazing things that have happened to me. I didn't plan them. I was sitting there, man, asking God for some direction. And then I got smart enough to stay watchful, be a hard worker now, because faith without works is dead. And it came. And I'll remind you of this. God has given all of you a gift. Every last one of you listening has a gift. God has never created a soul that he did not provide a gift to. God gives everyone a gift. And a gift is not just singing, rapping, entertainment. The richer gifts are much more than that. Teachers are gifted people who really have the gift of sharing information. That's a gift. You know, and in that you can become great. You know, a lot of people think that successful and greatness is the same thing. Cornel West said it at my daughter's graduation. He was a spokesperson. He said something so pointed. He said, don't ever confuse success with greatness. The two have nothing to do with each other. See, people determine success about money and fame and all this here. But greatness ain't got nothing to do with your money. It ain't got nothing to do with your fame. It's how you conduct your life. It's how meaningful and significant you become in your community, at your church, on your job, to the Cub Scout unit that you run, to the little girls' lives that you change, that little center in the hood where you just one place of hope to so many people, and they come back. And I used the example of Lou Danzler, who passed away in L.A., who had the Boys and Girls Challengers Club out in L.A., and he wasn't a rich man at all. If you walk by him, you wouldn't even know who he was. But if you look at all the people who have gone on to become politicians, who have gone on to become CEOs, who have gone on to become athletes that have passed through this man's small building in the hood in L.A., he was great. Trust me, man, prayer changes things. I say it all the time. But when you see people become successful or great, there's somebody praying somewhere. May not even be them. Maybe it's their mama. You know, I think of Tiger Woods and all the greatness he's accomplished. You know, they always talk about his father and all this here. Somebody somewhere praying for Tiger Woods. I got cash money riding on that. Tiger Woods' mama is a praying woman or something. My mother was. She prayed me into this place because she used to call me all the time, I'm praying for you, boy. And prayer changes things. It really does. Try it today. It can change you. It has changed millions of people. Open up yourself to the greatness that's in you because God has given you a gift. Now, the fact that you ain't using it, who fault you think that is? I'm just telling you, you got one. And if you start praying about it, it'll manifest itself. And you can become one or two things, successful or great, or both. you can make the decision today.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me have it, your undivided attention. It's Friday, everybody. Now listen to me. Normally that would do something to you. You'd be looking forward to the weekend. Boy, but not no more. Things have changed. Friday was just like Wednesday. Hump Day was just like Monday. This weekend is just an elongated, this is just weaker. This ain't the weekend, this is weaker. That's just more weak. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Harvey Morning Show. Just trying to give it to you. Shirley Strawberry.
Hey, good morning. It is the weekend, even though it does seem like just any other day, but happy Friday. Steve.
Carla Farrell.
Happy Friday. What's up, crew? What's going on?
Junior.
Morning, everybody here in the building.
J. Anthony Brown.
When your Easter outfit is still hanging in the damn closet because you couldn't put it on.
Yeah.
It's the same damn day, Steve.
Yeah,
same
man. Yeah, it is.
day.
Nephew Tommy.
Straight up stupid. I'm in the building. What's up, Uncle Steve? Yeah.
Hey guys, before we get started, I got a very important note from a huge superstar talent. And I want to read it to you all today. This is one of the biggest stars of all time. I got a note today. Can I read it to you?
Did I
All right,
write
here
a-
we go.
I don't remember writing a note. Go ahead.
It says, no movies, no movies, no concerts, no sporting events, no restaurants, no social gatherings, limited workload. Now that I've cleared your schedule, can we talk now? God.
Yes, Lord.
Whoa.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. One
Oh,
more time,
I like
Steve.
that. I like
One more
that.
time.
Steve. Yeah. I saw
No
that.
movies,
Yeah.
no concerts, no sporting events, no restaurants, no social gatherings, limited workload. Now that I've cleared your schedule, can we talk now? God.
I love it.
Man, I got
I
that
love
today.
that.
Feel your
I
life
said,
is
boy.
hard.
Lord.
Just gonna have a talk with God.
Boy.
That is it. That's it.
Can we
make it
talk
all right.
now? Yeah, I know y'all been busy, but now that I've cleared your schedule,
Yes,
can we
Lord.
talk now? I'm just asking.
None of this, wait a minute, Lord.
No, yeah.
You ain't got
Hey,
nothing to do.
hey, guy, I'm going somewhere. I'm busy. I was running. I didn't clear
Speak,
the
Lord.
schedule for you. You ain't too busy no more. Your
Speak to
workload
me.
ain't too heavy. I done cleared it for you. Hey, man, can we talk now?
I missed last
God.
Sunday, but can I catch this Sunday? I'm sorry.
Man,
I'm there.
I love
that was a great note, man.
That is a great note.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, you
That's-
still have
that's big.
time.
Can we talk now?
Can we talk
He's
now?
always
Right now.
available. Always.
Always.
available.
That's right.
How about, hey, y'all, how about now? Here I am.
Yeah.
Here I am, been waiting on you. Got a lot to share with you.
I'm still, man.
Go, Shirley.
That was good. All right. All right. Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, some of you guys have let yourselves go
A lot of
Who?
during this quarantine.
Who?
Well, J. Anthony
Oh,
Brown,
sound like not pretty.
Steve, Tommy Jr., they're going to talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, singer and philanthropist and John Legend will be our special guest. Don't forget, sexiest man alive. He's going to be our special guest. We can't wait to talk to him. But
Me
right
and
now,
John, baby. Me and John.
anywho, right now, some of you guys have let yourself go. So, J. Anthony Brown, explain this, please.
Well, this has to do with a lot of people because of the quarantine. They're in the house and they think, well, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not doing anything. I don't need to fix up at all. But my boss, Mr. Steve Harvey, has some rules and regulations of what you need to do to get through
Yes,
this
sir.
quarantine.
Got 'em.
Hit him with it, Steve. Yeah, you
Here we
got
go. Let's start with the men because, you know, men, I think you all put too much weight on the women out here. But let me just put some things in your head. All right, fellas, let me say this to you. If you think for 1 minute that walking around in a baseball cap, no shirt, and just your drawers is sexy, It's not.
Wait a minute. No.
No, Tommy,
That's
it's
sexy.
not. No, it's not.
That's sexy,
Tommy,
dog.
it's not.
Why?
It's not.
What's
It's
wrong
not.
about it?
Because
Because
you don't look
everybody's
like
not in
you
shape.
think you look.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Turn sideways
So-
in that mirror.
My mirror lying to me? My mirror lying?
No. No. You lying to your mirror. No, it's telling you what it is. You lying to your mirror. Damn, I look good. The mirror be going, man, for real?
Dog. No, you don't, dog.
No.
Here's another one. Fellas, use lotion at least one day a week.
Stop fighting it.
Just try to knock it back. I know you ain't going nowhere, dog, but you... you know, and I
Ash
was
is
guilty of that
good
for a minute. I
sometimes.
had to catch myself because I was washing my hands so damn much. I had my hand on my thigh and I got surprised. I said, man, how did I get my foot up here? On top of my thigh like that. I said, man, I done got limber during quarantine. Here's another case. Hey, fellas, just wanted to remind you of something. In most cases, all men have teeth. Just go brush them.
In most cases.
I know you ain't going nowhere, but just go in there and brush them. Here's another one, fellas. Before you jump into bed, jump your ass in the shower.
Yes, sir.
Look, man, just cause all these days is running together, this ain't one long ass day now. And don't be coming to bed smelling like you smoke cigarettes, cigars, and that other stuff too.
Yeah. Don't want to
Get
smell
something off of you.
that. Get in the shower.
All right, ladies.
Here it come.
I gotta
Here it
talk
come.
to you.
Here it is.
Now, ladies, I'm gonna go at this real simple. I'm gonna just try to approach it. I'm walking ginger now. Now, ladies, I don't know how this works, but I'm just asking.
Careful.
Does your head have to be tied up every damn day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Until we get
You
to
have
the
to look
beauty
like
shop.
Harriet
Yeah.
Tubman
You
all
take
the
this
Hold
damn
up.
rag
Hold
off.
up. There's a lot of talking on the ladies' part. There was no talking on
Yeah.
the men. I
No,
don't know
all
why.
this
They
push
don't want to
back.
take it.
And
Yeah, they don't
what?
want to take it.
I just asked, did it have to be tied up every day in
all
that
he asked.
same damn scarf?
Yes.
Don't
Do you
it
have to
need a
look
break?
like
We
you gotta
already
look like you
answered this.
stealing
Next.
away?
We already answered this.
The
Next.
question you
okay.
want to know, Steve, the question you want to know is, do you have to look like you on a box of pancakes every damn day?
Yeah.
That's what.
We
that's-
already answered this.
Or in the
Next.
movie Harry.
I'd have wanted, if I'd have
like
wanted Miss
Harriet to me.
Butterworth, I'd have went and looked for her.
Thank you. Thank you. Go right ahead, Steve.
Oh,
Go
the
right
ladies is tough. Well, then you really ain't gonna like this. Now, ladies, most of you have two hands. Most of
Yeah.
them. I'm just talking to the ones with two hands. Take one of them and manicure the other one. just try that.
Because what do it look like right now? What
Yeah,
do
'cause
it look
you can do it. You did it before you had money. Please go do that.
Groom
One
yourself.
hand.
Take one hand and do the other hand, and then vice versa. Is that what you're saying, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah,
Invite
yeah.
the other hand over. Yeah.
Now listen to this one. See the ladies. Do you see how they done got
They got
fellas? But
quiet.
it's okay. I'm just talking. I ain't
They
talking
got
about
quiet.
even fake hair needs to be combed. I'm just saying.
Woo! Say it again. Say it
Even
again.
fake hair needs to be combed.
Oh, hey.
Don't just put it on, walk around the house. You know, we in here now.
Whatever.
Go through it.
Could
I like
you
that
say
one,
that
though.
one again, Steve? It
No,
needs to
he
be
can't.
stressed.
That's
It needs to be
Even
stressed.
fake hair need to be combed.
Whatever.
And fake hair know it. Fake hair know it.
Shut up, Tommy.
Coming around the corner. Baby, who broke in?
We're not saying don't wear fake hair. We like you in your fake hair. All
Now
we
this
are
is
saying.
for men and women.
Okay. I'm
Can we have just one fix yourself up day?
Ooh,
Just
a
one.
makeover? A makeover?
Dog, men and women, can we just have just one? Let's do it at the same day. Let's have one fix our ass up day. Even if we don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Just go sit in the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just sit in the car, man. Just pretend. Drive around. Come back. Woo, that was nice. Here's one for the kids. Damn it, put your school clothes on sometime.
Yes.
Running
Put your
ass around
uniform
here,
on.
man. Do something. Help us out.
Can I say something? Yeah. How long do your toenails have to get before you understand? I mean, how long?
That's a good one.
How long do they have to get before you understand? It's time to do something. That's all,
Your
man.
toenail is scratching your shoe. It's letting you know. It lets you know.
I hate all of you.
Ditto, Shirley. Ditto.
All right,
Shirley, how
coming
long
up.
was your big toe? How long was your big toe?
It's not long. I gave myself a great
be honest.
pedicure. I'm honest. I never let them get too long. But anyway. All right, listen. Here we go. Coming up next, Nephew Tommy is going to run that prank back for us right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, John Legend, the sexiest man alive, will be our special guest. He's going to tell us all about his brand new single. It's called Action. It is hot. And he's also going to talk about his charity work. He's raising money for the World Health Organization during this pandemic. But right now, it's time for the nephew to run that prank back. What you got for us, Neff?
Your walks are too long.
Almost.
Let me say that
Say
one
that-
more
say
time,
that
if you
again,
would.
say that.
Your walks
See?
I knew it.
are too long.
No, it's okay. Let's just do this.
Your walks are too long. Cat dog, if you would.
Hello?
I'm trying to reach Dominique.
Yeah, speaking.
Okay, Dominique, my name is Mr. Johnny, and I live on Street. Are you the person that do a lot of walking in the neighborhood? Here on Street.
Yeah, I don't think I've met you. I mean, I know everyone on Street. I've lived in the neighborhood for years.
Okay, well, yeah, you probably don't know. I don't know if we met or not, but I just know I asked somebody who you was that was passing by, and they tell me that your name was Dominique, and I asked one of the neighbors if they wouldn't mind if I reached out to you, and I just wanted to tell you that I'm having a problem with all the walking that you doing. You passing by, and every time I look up, every other hour, I see you passing by. And I know some folk like to get a little exercise and stuff like that in, but it just seems like you doing quite a bit, and especially when we supposed to be practicing social distance or whatever.
Well, listen, sir. I don't know if I doubt I stepped on your grass or anything. I don't know what's the problem. But yeah, I've been jogging for years, and and that's just my route. So if there's
Is there a way you can change? Is there a way you can change your route?
Why would I do that?
Because, like I say, it's social distancing. Some of this stuff is not on the bottom of people's shoes. You can leave that.
That's not. Listen, I'm so sorry. I'm going to cut you off, but there's a lot of on the news right now that's not accurate. You have nothing to worry about, especially if we haven't even met. You don't see me. I'm just running by. I'm not hanging out outside your home or anything like that.
But when you run by, how do I know it's not coming out of you when you run by? How do I know that?
Then talk to your doctor about that. I'm not a doctor, but I have to exercise, and that's
okay.
my route.
I understand you got to exercise, but can you exercise somewhere else? I pressure wash my whole sidewalk and driveway only because your keep running past here.
What's your door number?
You don't need to know my address, ma'am. You don't need to know that. Don't worry about what
I don't know your address. I don't know what house I need to avoid.
How about you just stay off of Street? How about that?
No, I'm not going to do that. This call is absolutely just ridiculous. You can't ask me. You can't call me right now under all the pressure everyone's going through, asking me not to run.
You can run, but just run somewhere else. Don't run on Street. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, I'm starting to feel really attacked. I'm not okay with this. I'm not going to stop running. You're not going to scare me off into.
Well, do I need to call the police for this? Because I can call the law.
What are you going to call the police? What are you going to tell them, that I'm running?
You are not practicing social distancing. And
When
that's
have
what
I
they
seen
say.
you? When the hell have I seen you to not practice social distancing? What are you talking about?
Well, why don't you run out? Why don't you run in the street and not on my sidewalk? How about you do it like that?
You don't own the sidewalk. I want you to understand that you don't own that. You can't tell me where to run and where not to run. If I'm not on your property,
I pay taxes like every other person around
and
here.
so do I. But I'm getting really pissed off right now, and I'm going to let you know I will not stop running. You will not intimidate me. And if you call me again and try to scare me off,
I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to tell you what you are doing is jeopardizing other people. You are on the sidewalk. That is on your shoes. That is in your chest. And you are blowing all that out your throat is what you're doing.
You are idiot. You are misinformed, and you don't know what you're talking about asking for my number. Don't ever call me again, or I'll call the police on you for harassment. I don't know who you are.
Listen, if we can't come to an agreement, then I'm gonna block the sidewalk off. Nobody gonna be walking on it.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can just deal with the city because that's not my problem. You go ahead and you try to block the whole damn street, and you see how that works out for you.
Why do you insist on giving this to other people on your shoes and blowing out your mouth and you so close to people's houses? I'm an older man. I'm an older man. I don't need that. What?
I don't even know who the hell you are.
I told you when I called, my name is Mr. Johnny. Everybody call me Mr.
Okay, so Mr. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to stop running. If I see anybody, I'm going to continue to practice social distancing, but you will not intimidate me into changing my route. I'm not doing that.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If your black is on my sidewalk, I'm going to take my pressure washer and I'm going to pressure wash them damn shoes that I know is nasty. I know they nasty when you come up and down my sidewalk.
Well,
I know they is.
You know what? This is escalated now. I'm calling my husband. I'm calling the police. Mr. You're going to hear from a lawyer. You're never, ever going to have this conversation with me again because you are a piece of shit. Do you hear me? You are a piece of shit. I'm hanging
You
out.
call me Mister, and if you bring your husband around here, I'm going to pressure wash his too.
Okay, we'll see about that. You're not going to intimidate us.
Well, let me ask you this here. Do you have a cousin named Danielle?
Did Danielle give you my number?
You do know Danielle, right?
Yeah. What the does Danielle have to do with this?
Danielle is the person that told me to give you a call and prank phone call you. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Dominique,
oh my God,
your cousin.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am here like trying not to curse because my kids are in the other room doing schoolwork. I've been texting my husband. You have me out here looking crazy. Oh my God. I've already started sweating. I really thought I was going to have to take this man to court.
Your cousin Danielle says she runs 2-3 times a day. She say this COVID-19 is driving her crazy, Tommy. You gotta get her. She said,
my God. She is messed up for this. I'm gonna get her back.
All right, but you gotta tell me, Dominique, what is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
Obviously, it's the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
What you think?
Loved it.
That's my dog right there.
Now, let me say this.
That's my
I loved
dog.
it before I heard it. I loved it. That's how good it was. Before I even heard it, I was much love for it. I had love for it.
If you want to catch Stupid Number 2 and Stupid Number 1, you can catch us with we got our own comedy show. It's the stay-at-home coronavirus comedy show, and you can catch us on my YouTube channel. It is the Nephew Tommy EXP, which is the Nephew Tommy Experience. We dropped it on yesterday, and guess what? You can keep watching the rest of the week. Every Wednesday, we have a different show. We are the fools doing the coronavirus show. That's who we are.
We know you're coming. We know you're coming.
No, you know what? Quit throwing hints. Hey, man, you going to do our show or not? I don't like hints. You going to do it or not?
Do what, though?
Do what? You know what I'm talking about?
All right.
You got to go.
Yeah, we do. Coming up at the top of the hour, John Legend will be our special guest right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, y'all. As promised, joining us now, we got him, multi-platinum Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter, producer. Ladies and gentlemen, from People Magazine, The sexiest man alive.
Yes, you
is
better say
joining
it.
us
Yes,
to talk
yes.
about his new single from his upcoming album. He's going to share how he's helping raise money for the World Health Organization during the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's find out more about his new single and all these other projects. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the sexiest man alive, Mr. John Legend.
He is. John Legend. Give it to him.
You say that with such a strong chuckle every time you say it.
You know, man, because you know what it is, John. Dudes, dudes gonna hate.
Yes, of course.
Because
You have
dude,
to. It's a rule.
seriously, all of the women going, oh yeah, I see it. But the dudes,
Love John.
our job is to wonder why it ain't us.
How they find John?
We were happy for you, John, though, really.
Yeah,
Thank
really,
you
man.
so much.
Congratulations.
I appreciate y'all. I couldn't have done it without you.
How you been feeling, man?
I've been all right. You know, we really have been staying home, so we've been just hanging out with the kids. I think they like it more than anybody because they get to hang out with us all the time, and they're at that age where they want to be around us all the time. Now, when they're older, they'll probably be annoyed with us, tired of us, don't think we cool. But right now, they think we are the coolest thing, and so they're so happy.
Wow.
They're so cute. They
They
the
are
cutest
adorable.
Kids. They're so cute.
Yeah, John, it's going to come a point where they're going to think you're not cool. You'll still
Exactly.
be cool,
Yes,
but
exactly.
they won't think it. Hey, man, let's talk about this, man, because we're on the show. You got a new single. It's called Actions,
Actions.
and
Yes,
it's
sir.
available now. Tell us about the new music, man.
So the new song, it was produced by a guy named Oak Felder, who's done a lot of hits that you know and love. But we sampled a song called The Edge by David McCallum, but you'll recognize it as the same sample that Dr. Dre used with Snoop on the song called Next Episode. So we used that sample, but we flipped it and made an R&B song out of it. And the song, the chorus says, actions speak louder than love songs. Because, you know, I can talk a good game. I can write a romantic song. But, you know, we always say actions speak louder than words. But for me, the appropriate way to say it is actions speak louder than love songs, because you can write all these romantic songs all you want, but if you're not backing it up with action, then it doesn't mean anything.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Lord have mercy.
Yes, sir.
That's the message, man. That's
Yeah.
really great, man. When is the album supposed to be released?
It's going to come, I think it's coming in the first week of June. We're just trying to work everything out, make sure we get everything finished. I haven't been in the studio since we started social distancing, but I recorded all my vocals beforehand, and I don't actually need to go back in, but we still need to mix. We got a couple of little things we need to overdub and edit. So we're trying to do all that remotely. But I think we're going to get it done in time to get it out first week of June. And
okay.
we got some heat, man. I can't wait for y'all to hear it.
Hey, well, let's do it. Hey, set it up, John. Let's play the new single.
This is the new single, John Legend. It's called
songs. I've been doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Speak louder than love.
That's how we do it.
Speak
That's how
louder
sexy.
than
That's how
love
sexy
songs.
do it.
Yeah. Boy, let me tell you something. There was a part in there when you dropped into some Curtis Mayfield.
Curtis Mayfield, yes.
Boy,
Yes.
I almost ran up out of this quarantine. Boy, I started to run out there and damn that hug somebody.
You almost got the virus.
He is the sexiest man alive.
Hey, John,
Yes,
this one
sir.
right here.
Yes, sir.
Listen to me. I know music. This one right here is straight fire.
Thank you. I really am excited about the song. Really excited about the whole album, but definitely this song is one of my favorites.
Actions. Hey, John, hang on one second. Hey, y'all, we'll be right back with more with John Legend right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, y'all, we back with John Legend, and man, we just played his new single. It's available now. So, Steve Harvey Nation, everybody listening, we all locked in right now. So, this is what I want to do, man. Let's run this thing up the charts. I need everybody to download it right now. It's called Actions. It's by John Legend. You already know how to do it. Get your niece in there. Everybody home. Get your niece in there, get your phone and download it. Man. I love that song right there, man. We're going to put that in rotation. I think that's hot. Hey, John, man, you got great music, man, but you're also, man, so active socially, man. And I can't tell you, I've seen you at the White House. You're just very socially conscious, man. You've had a major presence since this thing called Shelter in Place. Mandates have swept across the country. You've been active on social media. You've done in-home concerts. What's your motivation for doing this?
Well, you know, what we do as artists, as entertainers, we try to give people entertainment. We try to give them inspiration. We try to make them feel good, make them think, bring people together. And it's hard during this time because we're all used to bringing people physically together, and we can't do it right now. People are canceling tours. People are doing all sorts of things that they're not used to doing. But we can still bring people joy. We can still bring people together spiritually as a community. And so that's what a lot of us artists have been trying to do, entertain folks the best way we know how. We perform for them. We connect people through social media. And we also try to share a good message, trying to help people understand what they need to do to keep themselves and their families and their communities safe. But also, if people are blessed to be able to give to help somebody else, then we encourage people to do that as well.
Good, man. Hey, John, you're actively helping to raise money for the World Health Organization.
Yeah, we're working with the World Health Organization. We're doing this concert called Together at Home. It's going to be on ABC, NBC, and CBS, and there are artists from all over the world that are going to participate. I'm performing. Lady Gaga curated it, but you've got artists from all genres involved in it, and we're just trying to raise awareness mostly because we know a lot of folks can't even afford to donate right now. They're all struggling. Folks are getting laid off. Folks are getting furloughed. People don't know if they're going to have a check coming in the next couple months. So we're not asking most people to donate. We're asking big corporations and people that got a lot of money to donate because they can afford to. And then we're just bringing everybody together to encourage each other and to thank everybody who's been out there on the front lines, like people who are working in the medical field, doctors, nurses, staff at the hospitals, people who are working in food service that are still feeding folks. We're just trying to shine a light on all the work that they're doing and support them in any way that we can.
Wow.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, y'all. I want you to download it right now. It's called Actions. It's John Legend's new one. Y'all download it. John Legend, my man.
Steve, love you, brother. God bless. Y'all be well.
Appreciate you, man. Much love, man.
Coming up, more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, a lot of people have been getting busy. A lot of people have been getting busy while obeying the stay-at-home orders. So right now, J. Anthony Brown is here, and the guys are here. They're going to break down, you know you've had good sex when, ...
Woo!
I'm gonna do a couple, and then I know the guy's gonna jump in. I know they're gonna jump in. I know.
Okay.
A lot of people have been getting used to one another.
They're not. I just don't like to
tired. They rested. They haven't been going. So they've been throwing down some good loving. You know you have had some good sex when you wake up with one sock on. You're like, damn, that was what the hell? What the hell happened? Where's my sock? Here's another one. You know you've had some good ass loving when both of y'all wake up between the two mattresses. Like, what the hell?
The mattress on top?
Oh, yeah, the mattress is on top.
Oh, that's that good loving right there.
I got two more. You know, just for the men, you have had some good loving. When you wake up, you look in the mirror and you got on her eyelash. Like, damn. How the hell?
Boy, this was good, boy.
This was good. Yeah, I got one more. Yeah, all right. You know you have had some good loving. Good ass loving. When you wake up and both of y'all is at the bottom of the bed. Like, how the hell? What is... All right, I know you got one. Anybody got one? Jump in. Bring it.
You know you had some good loving when, ...
Here you go, one, Jay. You know you've had some good loving when you knock all her medication off the nightstand. It's all on the floor. Pills is everywhere. We don't know which one to take.
I love it. Tommy, what you got?
You know when you had some good loving and you just look at her and say, where your mama at?
Wait, what? What? Generational loving.
My bad.
Wow. Okay.
What you got,
Where are we going?
You know you've had some good
You
loving.
know you done had some good loving when you wake up the next morning and call in to work and your job ain't been open since the 13th. I ain't gonna make it.
That's good loving. Hey, I ain't gonna make it today. All right.
I love it.
I got one. You know you have had some good loving when you wake up and there's a hot glue gun in your hand and it's still on. Like, what the hell was I hot gluing? What?
You know you've had some good sex when you kick over a candle in the middle of sex and y'all turn into firefighters.
All right. You know you had some good loving when you in the middle of it and look her in her eyes and say, you know what? I'm going to buy you some money. I swear to God, I'm going to buy you some money. I ain't lying to you.
All right.
You know you done had some good loving when both y'all jump up and start washing your hands and it ain't got nothing to do with corona.
I got one more, and then you close it out, Steve. I got one more, and then you close it out. One more. You know you have had some good loving when you wake up and there's a happy face on your ass. You like, what the hell?
I cannot.
Who put that there?
An emoji?
Who put that there? Close it out, Steve. Close it out, man.
You know you done had some good loving when the family is down there having breakfast during quarantine and you and your wife look at the kids and go, what y'all looking at us for? Quit looking at us. Grown folks.
Oh, my God.
Man.
All right, coming up next, Nephew Tommy is here with
Damn it, quit looking over here.
Close the damn door. Close the door.
Right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. The subject, he's 70, single, and ready to mingle. Okay? All right.
If you 70, how he ain't ready?
Exactly. Exactly.
You should have been ready 20 years ago.
But first, Nephew Tommy's in the building with today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Nep? What you got?
Girl, I got that HPP.
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 What
Husband Protection Program.
Whoa.
Oh.
Husband Protection Program. Let's go, Cat Dog.
Good afternoon, this is Morgan.
Hi, Morgan. My name is Josh. I'm with HPP, giving you a call. You are married to Mr. Sean. Am I correct?
Yes. You're with who now?
I'm with HPP. We actually picked your husband up from his job today. I wanted to give you a call.
Pick him up for what?
Okay, you're his wife, Morgan, right?
Correct.
Okay. Actually, just wanted to make sure that he's okay, and we're worried about his well-being.
Why would he not be okay? What happened?
Well, nothing's happened as of right now. We've had a conversation with him, and we've checked him out. He's definitely okay.
Okay, but why are you picking him up though? I don't understand why.
All right, just calm down. Hang on a second. I got a couple questions for you. Your husband, he is about what, 5'9", correct?
Yes.
Right, and you would agree that Sean weighs about 175 pounds. Does that sound about right?
That he weighs? Yes.
Okay. Here's another question. Now, exactly, Morgan, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9" as well.
Okay. And if you don't mind, I know it's a little different type of question, but if you don't mind, how much do you weigh?
I'm like 200. Wait a minute. What is how much I weigh have to do with it? I don't. What is wrong with him, and where is he right now?
We actually have him. We have him in our custody
you
right now.
You have him where?
We have him in our custody right now, here at our headquarters at HPP. So
your headquarters. What is a HPP?
Ma'am, HPP is Husband Protection Program.
Husband protection? I have never heard of such a thing. Why is he there?
Well, the problem we have, and we've been getting some actual complaints or whatnot, and not necessarily from him, but that you've been bullying your husband.
Okay, you know what? I'm at my job, and I'm gonna need you to hold on 1 second so I can go in here. What did you say?
Have you and Sean had any arguments at all lately?
We're married. Have we had arguments? Of course we've had arguments. What does that have to do with anything?
Have you guys had any altercations?
Any altercations?
Yes.
What kind of altercations?
Have you been bullying your husband in a physical way?
Have I been bullying him?
Bullying
him how?
Have you been
talking about bullying him?
For somebody to turn in and give us...
Somebody who?
For someone to give us complaints,
If it's him, you need to let me talk to him.
I can't put him on. This is what I'm talking about.
What is what you're talking about? You call me at my job, turn off the freaking HPP crap, and somebody turns somebody in for some arguing. We're married. Who do you freaking know who's married and does not argue?
I understand you're mad, but it is my job to protect husbands that are getting bullied by their wives. This is not the example.
Protection for me? He is my... What the... Okay, let me speak to him.
I'm not at liberty to let you speak to him right now. What you're not going to do is bully me as well. And I see what...
Nobody's trying to bully you. I want to know what's going on and why you were calling me at my job with some crap about him being at some headquarters of HPP. I don't even know what HPP is, never heard of HPP, and my husband does not need protection from anybody, especially not me.
It is Husband Protection Program. You've been bullying your husband. You've been using bad language with your husband. How long... If you don't mind, you know what?
I want to talk to him. He's my husband. When he said I do, accept whatever she says to me, whenever she says it, and however she says it, and that's what the he gets. And if he has a problem with arguing with me, he needs to stop his crap, and it won't be no argument. And you tell him that.
You see, this is what we're talking about. This is why he's been picked up today and brought into our custody so that he would be definitely protected from you.
You know what? If he needs some protection and he's in your custody now, you can keep him there. How about that?
Well, here's what we're going to do. Somebody's going to be picking you up, bringing you in so we can have a conversation with you.
Picking me up and bringing me nowhere. What do you think this is?
We're bringing you in so we can have a conversation with you. Let me explain something to you, ma'am. We will be bringing you in, having a conversation with you, and trying to analyze.
With you?
You're going to be coming in, and you're going to do exactly what we tell you to do.
I'm not going anywhere with anybody.
Are you physically or mentally abusing your husband?
You know what? You don't have to pick me up. Tell me where you are. I will come to you. You don't have to pick me up. I will come down there. I will handle you and him at the same time. You tell me where you are.
This is what we're talking about. I'm going to ask you a serious question. Is there some type of consequence if he doesn't listen to you?
Is there a consequence?
I mean, what are you doing? Are you treating your husband like a child? What are you doing to him?
If he's acting like a child, he's going to get treated like a child. If he has a problem with how I treat him, you talk to him about how he acts.
Let me ask you something, Miss Morgan. What do you do for a living?
I am head of security at this building, and they about to call security on me because I'm loud in this room back here.
Oh, so you're head of security. So you know all about putting people in chokeholds and how to apprehend a person, don't you?
That is my job. Yes, I do.
So are you doing that at home?
What? I'm not going to tell you again. I don't harm that man in any way. No way. Have I ever, would I ever, nor has he me. He needs to get his behind in his car and go back to work. We have bills to pay and don't have time for this crap.
I got one more thing I need to say to you. Are you listening?
You don't have nothing to say to me but that you about to put my husband on his phone and let me talk to him about this crap.
Sean, sit down. Sit down, Sean.
No, don't hand him the phone. Let me talk. I need to understand where the heck this is coming from.
Sit down, Sean. I got it. Let me finish the conversation with, okay?
No, you don't need to finish it. Let me finish with his. Put him on the phone.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
I have one more thing to ask you. Are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
Are you listening?
Go ahead.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your husband, Sean. Hello?
You forget you.
Morgan, you there?
I don't believe this crap.
Where you at right now, man? I was worried about the people at your job. Where you at?
I'm back here in this closet, sweating like a freaking pig in heat, dripping makeup everywhere. I cannot believe this.
Oh, God, man. Okay, baby, I got to ask you, what is the baddest, I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You down with HPP?
You know
like
me.
too much.
You know me.
Y'all got to give it to me now. You down with HPP?
King of pranks. King of pranks.
King of pranks.
I'm trying to. Okay, let me ask y'all
Tommy,
something.
Don't even ask me because I love it. You just ask him. You know,
Bro, and I
knock me down
appreciate
his
that,
level.
Jay.
Okay.
You know, I need that kind of love and support. Let me ask y'all something though. Who is it who is it that you think I can't prank? Give me that. Put me to a challenge. Who do you think I can't prank?
Trump.
Obama.
Obama and Trump, neither one of them.
You know, I could prank Trump. I promise you I can. But then I'm sitting in jail with his boys, and if he ain't doing nothing for them, he damn sure ain't finna let me out. You know what I'm saying?
Understand.
So, yeah, I already know that. I'm clear on that.
Michael
But
Jordan.
give me. What?
I'm just challenging. Oprah, I got challenges for you.
I'm not. First of all, I'm not finna prank Miss Oprah. She signed my
Flavor,
well, you know.
Flavor
Hey,
Flav.
hey, hey.
Can you
hey,
prank
man, what
Flavor
is you
Flav?
asking us the question for if you don't like none of our answers?
Well, I like Jordan. I could do Jordan. I could do Flavor.
Well, we had
Flavor
John
Flav.
Legend on the show today. Do John.
Yep, can't do that
Oh,
either. Can't
light
do
skin
Tyler
against light
Perry.
skin. Tyler Perry. Nah, that's a
Scared, ain't you?
possibility of another
Scared of
job
that one.
right there.
Yeah.
That's why you doing people that you know might help me? Why you doing that?
I mean, you said you tell me who you can't prank. And if I wanted to name who you could prank, it'd be easy. Bet you can't prank Will Packer.
Will? I
Well, first of all, you ain't gonna be able to say. As soon as you say his name, he gonna know it's you.
Yeah. So give
Hello,
away.
can I speak to Will? Yeah, Tommy, what you need?
All right, thank you, nephew. Coming
Not
up
funny.
next, it's the strawberry letter for today. He's 70, single, and ready to mingle is the subject. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's strawberry letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your strawberry letter to steveharveyfm.com and click submit strawberry letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here. You hear it, Jay? That one right there.
Pop it.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry letter.
Oh, I got a little excited on this one. Yeah. He's 70, single, and ready to mingle. Dear Steve and Shirley, I am a 30-year-old single female, and last year I moved back to my hometown. I got an apartment in a nice area of town, and my community has a pool and a walking trail, so I've been using them both since the weather is nice. Shortly after I moved in, I met an older male neighbor, and he's 71 and recently divorced. Whenever I run into him, he flirts with me, and I jokingly flirt back. He's very inappropriate most of the time, but I figured he's just lonely and totally harmless. One night, as I walked in from a date, the old man was coming in too, and he commented on how my butt looked in the bodycon dress I was wearing. He asked me if he could get to know me better and stop all the flirting. I laughed and blew him off. One of my male friends came over the next day to jog with me, and the old guy mean-mugged my friend the whole time. My friend advised me to watch out for the old man and stop flirting back with him. From then on, I only spoke, and that was it. 5 nights ago, the old man knocked on my door and said he had an emergency. I cracked the door and saw that he had on a robe and some dress pants. The robe was open, and his gray-haired chest was out, and he looked a mess. He told me that his emergency was that he could not sleep another night knowing that he and I have feelings for each other. He told me life is short and we need to stop playing games. I was sick to my stomach, but I tried to let him down easy by saying that I have a man. I got rid of him that night, but each time I've seen him since then, he won't even speak to me. I really hurt his pride, and I don't know what to do. I believe he's harmless and just lonely. Am I wrong? How can I fix this? Well, I mean, there's really nothing to fix. You don't have to fix anything. You don't owe him anything. He's just a neighbor who is very inappropriate with you, just saying whatever he wanted to say because he's older and he thinks he can get away with it. Yeah, you flirted back at first because you thought he was harmless, but and he might be, but mean mugging your friend and all of that, knocking on your door at night with his robe on. I mean, I think that's too much. I don't care. I think, he is inappropriate. He's commenting on how your butt looks in the dress. Come on now, that's a bit much. I mean, this guy could be your grandfather. You're 30, he's 71. I mean, I think it's a bit much. Like I said, you don't owe him anything. Your only obligation is to be a good person and a good neighbor, but he's not even speaking to you, so you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Nothing else. I'm glad you let him know you have a man so he can just, take himself on, get, back to his house. I think he's immature at 70. Steve?
Well, let's go on and put a little light on this thing here for you, young lady. He's 70, single, and ready to mingle. Well, he's actually 71. He is ready for anything. Anything. Another world war, corona, the world to end, him going to a retirement home. He figuring it could be any day now. So don't be worried about this. Now, you've been on this walking trail, and shortly after you moved in, because the weather been nice, y'all out there, you need to be practicing your social distancing. But you all up in here letting him get up on you and talk, and he can't afford to be up on you because over 65, you more at risk. Now, he's 71 and recently divorced. Let's deal with that right there. If you 71 and recently divorced, it took you a long time to get sick of somebody. People don't normally pull the plug at 71. That's hanging in there just way too damn long. And he figured whatever life he had left, he wanted to be happy. So now when you run into him, he flirt with you, and you jokingly flirt back. He has been inappropriate most of the time. Well, let me tell you why. You know why he's been inappropriate most of the time? Because he ain't got the time to be appropriate. He's 71. He ain't got no time to court you. He ain't got no time to find out how you feel about him. He got to get it all in. He's 71. But you figure he was just lonely and totally harmless. Well, you are right about one thing. He lonely. Totally harmless? Nah, I don't know about that. Then one night you walking from a date, the old man was coming in too. He commented on how your butt looked in the bodycon dress you was wearing. And then asked if he could get to know you better and stop all this flirting. See, he threw. See, he done flirted. His being inappropriate, that's his flirting. At 71, he got to get to it. He ain't got time for nothing else. The lead up and all that. It could be any day now. When I come back, I'll give you a little piece of advice.
All right, Steve, we'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's subject, he's 70, single, and ready to mingle. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, everybody, it's your favorite play cousin, Junior. You know, with all the uncertainty now, protecting your vehicle is crucial. That's why you need CarShield. CarShield's affordable protection plans can save you thousands for a covered repair. Monthly plans can even be customized with rates as low as $99 a month. Choose your favorite mechanic or dealership to do the work. CarShield takes care of the rest. For as low as $99 a month, you can keep your family safe and save thousands for a covered repair. Visit carshield.com and use code JUNIOR to save 10%. carshield.com, code JUNIOR. A deductible may apply.
All right, Steve, come on, let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. He's 70, single, and ready to mingle.
Boy, this is a sad letter here. Old player, days is numbered, over with. He'd have met the little fine girl in the community. Every time she was going past him, he say something inappropriate. She know it's inappropriate, but what she gonna say? And what I told her is he ain't got the time to be appropriate. So all his comments is inappropriate. That's the life he living. Now, you thought it was harmless and jokey joke and all that and figured he was harmless, and you coming from a date and he told you how your body looked in this dress you was wearing. Then he said he wanted to get to know you better and stop all this flirting. I laughed and blew him off. Then it got funky. One of your male friends came over to go jogging with you, and the old guy mean mugged my friend the whole time. What was y'all jogging, around the bench? He mean mugged your friend the whole time. Where was y'all jogging in front of this man at? All he saw was you was teasing him. Now he looking at your boy like he ain't nothing. Now your boy done told him quit flirting what you do. All right. So 5 nights ago, here's where it got tricky. The old man knocked on your door. Told you he had emergency. You cracked the door. He had on a robe, some dress pants. The robe was open, and his gray-haired chest was out. He looked a hot damn mess. Your damn granddaddy, best friend, Horatio, was standing at your door.
What's his name, Horatio?
Horatio Carson.
Not Carson.
Horatio Carson was at your damn door. He looked a mess. He couldn't. Then he told you he had an emergency. But the emergency found out was he couldn't sleep another night knowing y'all had feelings for each other. He told me life was short. What he meant to tell you was his life is short. And y'all need to stop playing games. I was sick to my stomach, but I tried to let him down easy. Told him I had a man, you got rid of him. But ever since that, he ain't even spoke to me. He won't even speak now. I really hurt his pride. I don't know what to do. I believe he's harmless and just lonely. Well, let me tell you something about Mr. Harmless and Lonely. You ready for this information? Let's do the math here. 71 going to 30 as many times as it can.
Wow.
That's what you need to know about Mr. Harmless.
Wow.
Because in his head, he done the math. And 71 going to 30 as many times as he can. That's what you need to know. He's not harmless. You don't have to speak. So what?
Yeah.
He won't even speak to you. He's not speaking.
He's through.
You off the hook. But now let me say this to you though. Because you don't know if this man is crazy or not. Continue to be kind to him. Just continue to be kind. Because what you don't know is what this old fool might be sick.
In the head, you mean?
Yeah. So you just want to be kind to him. And just stop and say, why won't you speak to me? I just want to be your friend. Can we at least just be friendly towards each other? You remind me of my grandfather. Say that to him. Say it!
Could you do the math again? I like the math. I really.
Let me do the math. 71 go into 30. How many times? As many times as he can.
What?
That's what
Come
you
on,
need to
T.
know.
Oh, you can't be that slow, T.
He ain't
Why
harmless.
y'all don't understand that?
He ain't harmless.
Goes into
He is
30.
not harmless at all. That's what he do. And he thought you was it. Now you ain't it. But just keep being nice to him. That's all. You ain't got to do nothing. It ain't nothing. He old.
Could you do the math one more time, Steve?
Jay.
Jay, let me ask you a question. How many times do 70 go into 30?
70 will go into 30. Now, in 70's mind, it will think it could go in a lot of times, but that's
Right.
wrong. It can't go in a lot of times. It can go in as many times as you let it. And
Right.
that's pretty much it. Now, you'll have more times in your mind,
Yeah.
but you ain't gonna be able to go.
Ain't no future with him. That's for damn
None,
sure.
none at all.
No.
None.
Because he ain't even sure about that. Because he just taking shots right now.
But does he think he's sexy though? Coming over her house
got
with
nothing
his
to do with
robe,
that. That ain't got nothing to do with
with his robe open, with this.
With all that gray hair. And he
Yeah.
probably got hair in his ears, too.
She's 30, sir. You're 71. Stop
Have
it.
time to get undressed.
Don't,
he gotta come
don't be a
undressed.
dream crusher, Shirley. Please.
Hey, man.
Don't be a dream crusher. Don't be that.
As a matter of fact, man, let me talk to fellas for just a second.
Yeah.
Fellas, when you're getting older,
Hello?
you got to start looking at that ear hair.
Yeah, that's bad.
Because ear hair
Yeah.
make you look older.
Really?
You need to start looking at that nostril hair.
Ooh,
Yeah.
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 Especially for
I got
Dog,
one more tip.
shave your nose, shave your ears.
Oh, no.
You know, I just want you to know that. Wow. I just want you to know that.
Hey, listen,
Don't cut that too fast. I'm just saying.
post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget to check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up in 46 minutes after the hour, President Trump's rollout plan to get the country back open. It'll be in 3 phases. We'll talk about it right after this. Wow.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, yesterday, President Trump announced his new rollout plan, Steve, to get the country back working in 3 phases. Phase 1, people should continue to work from home. Vulnerable people will continue to shelter in place, and schools will remain closed. Movie theaters, churches, and sports venues can reopen if they follow social distancing. That's phase 1. Phase 2, schools can open and
Wait, hold on.
non-essential.
Stop 1 second. Ain't phase 1 what we doing now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very
Go
good.
ahead. Well,
Very
okay,
good.
well, let's hear phase
Very
2.
good.
Let's keep hearing the obvious. Phase 2, schools can open and non-essential travel can continue. And that's phase 2. That's it for phase 2. Schools can open, non-essential travel can continue. Phase 3.
Excuse me. Non-essential travel can continue. Okay, so he gonna open back the schools up. Okay,
That's
cool.
phase
That's
2.
phase 2. When is that supposed to happen?
Well, there's no date. It's up to the
Yeah.
governor for each state.
Exactly.
They
Right.
can
Of
do
each
the
state.
phases the way
Each
they
state.
want to
Okay.
do it.
And
Okay,
he
go
told
ahead.
him that too after he was saying he
Okay.
had full authority.
Okay, go ahead.
Total authority. All right, phase 3. Workplace may fully resume their staffing and visits to hospitals and nursing homes may resume. Each phase would last about 2 weeks to make sure infections would not begin to rise. Again, it's up to each governor, Steve, as to when they want to open his or her state.
So there you go.
So this
Are you serious? He said this?
Yeah, this is
Yes.
a non-essential rollout plan is what this is. Yeah.
Hey man, listen to me.
Come on.
This isn't a plan of his. You keep saying this is your rollout plan, but then you keep saying it's up to the governors. But after you just said you had total authority because you're the president, and if you can open it if you want to
on that.
or close it. So,
he changed.
hey, man. Hey, man, let me tell you something. I could have gave him this plan back in March.
Exactly.
Dog, if you think you came in with some earth-breaking, late-breaking news, you think, boy.
Because to his point, some states can open before others where it's not that bad.
Yeah,
but what are you going to do if you need to travel from one state that's in phase 1 and then you in phase 3? It just doesn't make sense. I'm
Can
like,
we
where's
all,
the
collectively
federal
say
rollout for everybody?
This is a bad plan. This is a bad plan. Yeah, it's not a good plan. Yeah. All right, coming up at the top of the hour, J. Anthony Brown's stimulus package. He has one of his own. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about it right after this. I bet it's better than the president's.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so when we left, we were talking about the president's new stimulus, not his new stimulus program, his rollout plan.
Rollout plan.
Yeah, the president's rollout plan.
It's just crazy. It makes no sense.
Yeah,
Until
he wants
you
to
get more masks, more hospital masks, and
more testing.
More testing.
Yeah,
people need to be tested.
President Trump said on TV the other day, okay, I found this on the website for what Mr. Trump said. Okay, listen to this. Donald Trump came on and said, the United States has done more testing than anyone else. We have more tests out there than anyone else. And that's not true. Per capita, we've done the least amount of testing. We're almost third from the bottom. We've not done it. I mean, the number of people it's over 354 million people in this country. Mm-hmm. We haven't tested 1 million people. You can't do this, man. And until you get testing so we can know where we really are, you can't do this rollout. And the other part of it is you can't, we need a vaccine. See, until we have a vaccine or something a person can take that cures it and can prevent you from getting it, we don't know where we are with this.
Yeah, and
we
that
can't
won't happen
stop
until
it.
next year.
And the only thing that's flattened the curve has been social distancing.
Yeah,
that has helped.
And man, let me tell you something. For the first time, you know, I'm in Atlanta now, so I got in Atlanta yesterday. Today was my first day. I actually drove a car today. I wanted to just say that. Drove a car for 40 minutes one way today. I haven't driven a car 40 minutes one way in a long time. All my jobs are right close. I haven't driven 40 minutes. I want to say the city of Atlanta that I'm seeing, the part that I saw everybody with a mask on.
That's good.
Good.
My wife went to Whole Foods. You got to stand in line. You have to have on a mask to go in. They got 2 employees with masks outside. Wipe down the handles of all the grocery carts, hand it to you. Then you go in the store. If you don't have a mask, you can't go in. And they let 10 people in that store at a time. And that's it. And they not playing. They don't care who you are. All the police officers had on masks. I got a takeout from a Houston's. They come out with masks. You can place your order. I went to Houston's yesterday. You can place your order online, but I told them I didn't know how to do all that. I'm talking to you. Can I just give you my order, man? What the hell you talking about? He said, yeah, just go online. Hey, partner.
You know who I am.
Dog, I'm driving, and I need to come by. Sir, you have to go online. I said, my man, I'm talking to you now, and I'm outside. He looked outside. He said, you in that white truck? I said, yeah. He said, man, all right, let me see. I said, hey, man, listen to me. This Steve Harvey. Just help me out. Man, get out of here.
Whoop. Slow down. What'd he say after that?
He said, man, get out of here. You ain't no Steve. Then I said, okay, well, let me ask you something, man. Who you know talk like this? He said, I'll be damned. He said, dog, soon as I get you to just hear my voice, I say, who else you know talk like this here? He said, I'll be damned.
Steve.
I love it.
Went over there and pulled on 15 minutes, bought our food out. Marjorie went over to the Whole Food, bought some food, and I'm just, the people I saw who were trying to practice, who were practicing social distancing, wearing their masks, carrying their gloves, wiping it down. I just want to say thank y'all for participating, man, to getting this curve flattened out, because we're not getting anywhere with this president. This is up to us.
Yeah, it is.
Sir.
You're right
So
about
true.
that. Yeah.
That's great.
All right. Well, coming up, we'll have more music and more trending stories at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Okay, wow, we have some breaking news here. This just in. Remember the President Donald Trump's attorney, Michael Cohen, who had to serve some time?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, for 3 years. Well, anyway, the news has just come across that he will be released now due to COVID-19. He will be released. Yeah.
He getting out because of COVID-19.
because
you
of
know something,
COVID-19.
man? I didn't think that guy should have done time.
Not at all. He
Because-
cooperated with
took
the
the
government.
fall. He was the fall guy.
Yeah, man. He took the heat. This was Donald Trump's personal attorney.
Yes.
Right.
And everything he went to
Exactly.
jail for was for stuff he did for Trump.
Yeah, that Trump
have an
directed
announcement.
him to do.
We have an announcement to
Oh,
all
wait,
prisoners. To
there's some
all
more news.
prisoners, due to the crowding in the prison and the coronavirus outbreak, we're gonna let some prisoners out. But the following prisoners need not pack a damn thing: Suge Knight, Bill Cosby, and especially R. Kelly. Put your things back in your room. You're not going anywhere. Okay?
Wait, do what? Do what? Put your
That's
what
my
back?
dog.
Put your things back in your cell. You're not going anywhere.
Lights out.
Get ready to get out and look off your face.
Get ready.
You're ignorant. Hey, man,
Get ready.
I should have never brought you on this damn show.
All right, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show and some trending news coming up in 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Some of you guys have let yourself go, so J. Anthony Brown, explain this, please.
Well, this has to do with a lot of people because of the quarantine. They're in the house, and they think, well, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not doing anything. I don't need to fix up at all. But my boss, Mr. Steve Harvey, has some rules and regulations of what you need to do to get through this quarantine.
Got him.
Hit him with it, Steve. Yeah,
Here we go. Let's start with the men. All right, fellas, let me say this to you. If you think for 1 minute that walking around in a baseball cap, no shirt, and just your drawers is sexy, it's not.
Wait a minute. No.
No, Tommy,
That's
it's
sexy.
not. No, it's not.
That's sexy,
Tommy,
dog.
it's not.
Why?
It's not.
What's
It's
wrong
not.
about it?
Because
Because
you don't
everybody
look
not
like
in
you
shape.
think you look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn sideways in that mirror.
My mirror lying to me? My mirror lying?
No. You lying to your mirror. No, it's telling you what it is. You lying to your mirror. Damn, I look good. The mirror be going, man, for real?
Dog. No, you don't, dog.
No.
Here's another one. Fellas, use lotion at least 1 day a week.
Stop fighting it.
Just try to knock it back. I know you ain't going nowhere, dog, but you... You know, and I was guilty of that for a minute. I had to catch myself because I was washing my hands so damn much. I had my hand on my thigh and I got surprised. I said, man, how did I get my foot up here? On top of my thigh like that. I said, man, I done got limber during quarantine. Here's another case. Hey, fellas, just wanted to remind you of something. In most cases, all men have teeth. Just go brush them.
In most
Fellas,
cases.
I know you ain't going nowhere, but you just go in there and brush them. Here's another one, fellas. Before you jump into bed, jump your ass in the shower.
Yes, sir.
Look, man, just because all these days is running together, this ain't one long-ass day now. And don't be coming to bed smelling like you smoke cigarettes, cigars, and that other stuff, too.
Yeah. Don't want to
Get
smell
something off of you.
that. Get in the shower.
All right, ladies.
Here it come.
I got to talk to you.
Here it is.
Now, ladies, I'm going to go at this real simple. I'm going to just try to approach it. I'm walking ginger now. Now, ladies, I don't know how this works, but I'm just asking.
Careful.
Does your head have to be tied up every damn day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Until we get to
have
the
to look
beauty
like
shop.
Harriet
Yeah.
You
Tubman
take
all
this
the-
damn rag off.
Coming up, it is the last break of the day.
Pause. It is the last break of the day. See how I did it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right.
Perfect, Jay.
We'll also have some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey at 49 minutes after the hour. All coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are. Last break of the day.
Pause. It is the last break of the day.
Does he have to say pause?
Why
Yeah.
can't he just pause?
Let me tell you what.
Jay, stop saying pause.
No.
in your
Say
head,
that.
Jay.
It helps you, Jay. Say
Say
it.
it in your head.
Thank you, Steve.
Can you say it in your head?
That way I don't rush right into it.
Right.
It is
Pause.
the last break of the day.
I can't do it that way.
It's the last break of the week as well, but like you say, Steve, they're all the same. All these
Close
days.
remarks. Okay.
They're going by fast.
You good?
though,
You
I
need
think.
something. You got the close.
You know when
remarks.
you hate to say it, but you're almost getting used to not doing a damn thing.
Hey, Jay, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man, I've
Yeah.
really part of that, man, that's part of it. Let me do it this way. Let's go with the closing remarks. I'm gonna show you what I got.
Okay.
I got a closing remark for you today. I got a note from the biggest star of all times. Bigger than any sporting champ, anything. I got a note from the biggest star ever. And I think you all will recognize this. But this is the text that I got today. It said, no movies, no concerts, no sporting events, no restaurants, no social gatherings, limited workload. Now that I've cleared your schedule, can we talk now? God. It was a note from God. I got a text today. And when I got this text, I thought I'd share it with you. Because, man, ain't that really what didn't happen? We got no movies. You got no concerts. You got no sporting events. There are no restaurants. There's even no social gatherings. And we've got a limited workload. Well, now that I've cleared your schedule, can we talk now? God. Y'all, we've got to get that message. And when I read that, man, it really, really moved me. Because I went, wow, man, what an incredible opportunity to get close to the only source that is guaranteed help in a situation like this. If you got a better idea than God right now, if I were you, I'd use it. But I am willing to bet all that I've ever made, all I've ever been, all I ever will be, there ain't no safer bet. There's never been more sure of a thing than God. I can't think of anyone I would rather entrust with the task of getting me through this than my Heavenly Father, God Almighty. There's no one else. Oh, I'm glad I got a wife that's a great teammate. I'm glad I got some business people that call and check on me. I'm glad I got some coworkers that come in here every day and have a great spirit and try to lift people up through working every day. You know, I thank God for the frontline workers, the first responders, all the nurses and doctors that's putting their lives on the line, trying to save so many people, and they going through it, man, because they just watching people die, and they watching people walk out in the street without mask on, not practicing social distance, but they going anyway. They just trying. But I was listening to one of them the other day talk on Spectrum, and she said if it wasn't for God, she don't know what she'd do. And y'all, I'm telling you, this is a time for us to really, really put a check on ourselves. Because you know what? As much as I used to talk about how hard I worked, I finally had to come to the realization, hey, Steve, you got to settle down, man. You can't go to work. Ain't no calling in and looking about internet. No, you can't go to work. So now what we gonna do? Hey, man, let's do some things that's positive. Let's make the most out of this. Let's get back in touch. Let's get closer. Let's spend a lot more time talking to him. You can't go to the movies. There are no concerts. Ain't no sporting events. We ain't got no restaurants. We ain't got no social gatherings. All of our workload, most of our workloads has been limited now. So you ain't that busy. Now that God has cleared your schedule, can you talk to him now? I mean, look, man, if you don't make an effort to get closer to God now, you could be missing one of the great opportunities in your lifetime. Because in my lifetime and nobody else's lifetime that I'll know of, has the world had to sit still the way I see it now. The world is sitting still. This ain't just happening in your city, in your house. They sitting still in Africa, China, Korea, Brazil, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Africa. They sitting still, man, in the Philippines. They sitting still in London, man. They sitting still all over the world. I don't know nobody moving around. This is the perfect time to get in touch with God. He would love to hear from you. And as a matter of fact, all the excuses have been removed.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit steveharveyfm.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.